Happy Friday. Welcome to this edition of Time Out Overtime on the one and only Time Out Overtime YouTube channel. I'm your host, Rick Arsenal. You know the drill. If you haven't done so yet, get down there in the corner, smash that like and subscribe button. How you handling this smoke, huh? And, is it the stink at the outside, the smell of burning wood, the smoke? We were supposed to get some rain this weekend. It's my understanding that's taken out of the forecast. We've had these wildfires in the past, but pardon me, I don't ever remember it being this bad. Awful. And going to be like this until the fires are out. And Canadian authorities, as long as they're not threatening anybody up there, just going to let them burn themselves out. So, not a whole lot we can do about it. It's not good being outside. And you feel sorry for people that have to work outside in conditions like this. Not good. It's not healthy. And especially if you have an underlying condition. So please be careful. And if you don't have to be outside, don't go out. That's the only advice I can give you. So, anyway, quickly, we got a lot to run through and so not a whole lot of time to do it here tonight. Soccer, Sunday, the championship game, World Cup championship game between Spain and Argentina. Have you brushed up on your Spanish for that yet? I know myself, having taken 4 years of high school Spanish, came in handy when I was living in LA, but not so much around here. But it's an all Spanish World Cup championship Sunday, and the conditions in East Rutherford, New Jersey, at MetLife Stadium might even be worse than they are here. The air conditions, and they're going to play the game. They're not canceling. There was a soccer game that was to have been played last night in Chicago at Soldier Field. That was postponed, canceled because of the air quality. It's a good thing the Tigers are starting the second half out on the West Coast. They'll be back here next Thursday. I'm not so sure this is going to be out of here by next Thursday. They start a 7-game homestand here next Thursday, and I'm not so sure that's going to be out of here by then. We'll see, but we'll see if they cancel any. As near as I know, I don't see. Looking at the major league schedule for tonight, I don't see any cancellations. We have yet to get a game ever, I think, canceled due to bad air quality, but you might see it happen sometime this weekend. Anyhow, they're playing in Cleveland tonight, the Guardians and the Pirates. You got to wonder what the air quality is there. Huh? Oh, going to look at the second half of the season, and as you saw in the headlines, these next 16 games between now and the trade deadline on August 3rd are crucial, and I think they'll tell the story for the Tigers. Get to that momentarily. The Lions training camp today is what? The 17th? Lions open training camp just 10 days from now. The rookies report on in fact, the rookies take the field on the 27th. They report on the 26th. The rest of the squad comes in on the 28th. Everybody's on the field on the 29th. The Lions do have a very nice at the Meyer Performance Center there. They do have a very nice indoor workout facility, state of the art. So I'm sure if they have to, they'll be practicing in there. First preseason game is Thursday night, August 13th at Cincinnati. If you haven't heard, a recent poll that came out, NFL executives, general managers, scouts, the Lions were voted the most talented team in the National Football League. Top 10 players at each position, if you want to break it down to that. The Lions had 9. Lions topped the list with 9 players on these top 10 lists at every position. The Lions had 9 players. The Eagles were right behind them with 8. And coming in third were the Chiefs with 7. I don't know if they give you the whole list here or not. No, they don't. Anyway, the top 9 or 10, a little bit surprising here. Lions, Eagles, Chiefs, Texans, Broncos were the top 5. Ravens, Cowboys, Niners, and Rams. Rams were coming at 9th. The Rams are the favorites. A lot of betting sites, the Rams are the favorites to win the Super Bowl this year. Yet, according to this list, they're the 9th talented team in the National Football League. Interesting. No. Lions, Eagles, Chiefs, Texans, Broncos, Ravens, Cowboys, Niners, Rams. They don't give me. I'm not seeing number 10 on that list. But anyway, the Lions, with 9 players in the top 10 at each position, came in on top. Interesting. In most of the prognosticators, betting sites and such, the Lions are favored to win the NFC North this year. Of course, a lot of that has to do with the 4th place schedule they're playing too. But so we're almost there. I guess another 10 days, Lions will be in camp, and we'll be talking a lot more about. The only thing I got to wondering is Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch are not going to be ready for the regular season opener on September the 13th. So right now, I would say, if you ask me who are the 2 starting safeties, who are the 2 starting safeties for the Lions? Well, let's look at this just a second, and I'll tell you what I think. Let's ask Google. The depth chart of Detroit Lions safeties. Let's see what we come up with here.
Duo, but their depth chart changed in the offseason because of injuries.
Okay. No. Let's try this one more time. I should have come on here, but list of Detroit Lions safeties.
The Detroit Lions key safeties for the 2026 season include Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, Chuck Clark, Christian Izien, and Avonte Maddox.
I would say right now, among this list, folks, if you ask me, I did this for your benefit, who I think the 2 starting safeties will be on opening day against New Orleans, I would have to say Chuck Clark. He's 31 years old. He spent his first played at Oklahoma State. Spent his first 5 seasons, I believe, with the Ravens. He's also played with the Jets and the Steelers. Chuck Clark, I'm thinking, is one of your starting safeties. I think the other one will be, let me see this list here. Thomas Harper. Played at Oklahoma State, finished his career at Notre Dame. He's 26. He's been with the Raiders and most recently with the Steelers, I believe. The Steelers, Chargers. Anyway, if you were to ask me who I think the 2 starters will be at safety, I'm going to tell you Chuck Clark and Thomas Harper. Obviously, we'll know more when we get to training camp on that. But in my opinion, for what it's worth, remember those names. I think you're going to hear a lot of Chuck Clark and Thomas Harper. Also, keep an eye on, we'll talk more about this if we get closer to camp, too, who I think diamonds in the rough, so to speak. We'll talk a little more about that next week as we get closer to training camp. Commercials. Finish Line Family Restaurant on Carlton Road in Hillsdale, the #1 sit-down dine-in restaurant in our area. On Carlton Road in Hillsdale, across the street from Aerosmith Printing, you will not find a better sit-down restaurant anywhere than the Finish Line Family Restaurant on Carlton Road in Hillsdale. Okay, well, hours of operation. Again, I have no script. But what I'm telling you here is a testimonial. 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily. Open until 8. through Labor Day, Thursday and Friday night. Friday night is all you can eat fish. Thursday night is the classic car drive-in theme. Award-winning breakfast served all day. A lot of great new menu items. Fast, friendly service, great family atmosphere. You want and reasonably priced. You want a lot of new menu items. Did I say that? Anyway, that's all good. Great food, great price, great service. You can't. I mean, you got everything you want. Sit down, family restaurant. Finish Line Family Restaurant on Carlton Road in Hillsdale. Nothing comes close. When you fuel up from food at the finish line, you'll always finish first. And after you paid your bill, you have them out the door, and you have a big smile on your face for a good reason. So I'll see you all here. Okay. All right. Seniors, have you got your playbook ready for Medicare? Because we're also brought to you in part by Barrett Insurance. And that's why I'm asking you, do you have your playbook ready for Medicare? Don't let healthcare costs bench you. We're calling an audible with Joe Rudin and Barrett Insurance to help you navigate Medicare and health insurance. So whether you're aging into Medicare, you're in a special enrollment period, or you're losing other coverage, Joe's got the stats and the know-how to help you score the best coverage for your needs. Plus, you get a game plan for retirement healthcare costs. Now, what about businesses? Don't get sacked. Joe's got group health coverage options for you too. Give Joe a call at 517-849-1000 or check him out at www.barrettins.com. That's all one word, 2 R's and 2 T's, barrettins.com. You'll find them on the corner of US 12 and M99 in downtown Jonesville. Joe Rudin Insurance, protecting your dreams, 517-849-1000. Once more, barrettins.com. Barrett Insurance, protecting your dreams. Quality PC, downtown Hillsdale, 37 Waldron Street, 517-610-5372, about 150 feet west of Howell Street, 37 Waldron Street. Tech services. That's it. No other place to go. Quality PC. We got them right here at Hillsdale, 37 Waldron Street. Tim Lilly and his staff are more than capable of resolving any tech issues or dilemmas you may have. Okay? Anything. Computers, new or used, flat screen TV, money, programming setup. Maybe you're changing internet providers that need that installed. Printers, new or used, anything at all, folks. If it's in regard to tech service, get in there and see them. Okay? You won't find a better tech service store or outlet in our area. This is it right here. Quality PC, downtown Hillsdale, 517-610-5372, 37 Waldron Street. Quality PC. You get in there and tell them, Mickey sent you. Stand up there, Mickey. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hockey. I didn't say a whole lot about that right now. The Wings basically gave Steve Yzerman the axe a couple of days ago. I still, that's so mystifying. If you're going to do after the end of the season, no, you let this guy draft several free agents, not draft, but sign. You let him sign several free agents, and you let him conduct a draft here a couple of weeks ago. You wait until that, and then you fire him. But the hockey guru at the NFL Network, Mr. Friedman, who was essentially the NHL's network of version of Adam Schefter, if you will. He says, regardless of the 10-year playoff drought and the fact that things appear to be in disarray, he's telling us that this is still a very highly coveted job. The general manager of the Detroit Red Wings, and an original 6 team. They've got he mentions the beautiful arena, the Little Caesars, marvelous facility. If you haven't been there, state of the art, absolutely. That's why it's so sad that they haven't even made. He says this is still a very highly coveted job, and they will begin at both internal and external search to find his replacement. You could also see it's very much a possibility that you could see a setup chain of command with the Red Wings, similar to what they have with the Tigers now. You'll have a president of hockey operations and working directly under him, a general manager. Man, kind of like the Tigers have right now, Scott Harris as the president of baseball operations and Jeff Greenberg as the general manager. Okay. And if you haven't heard, I heard Ken Rosenthal and say this morning he thinks the Tigers, he's high on the Tigers. He thinks they're going to keep Terrence Skubal, and he thinks they're going to make a run of the World Series. Yeah. The baseball guru, too, at ESPN. Oh, what's his name there? I'm sitting here trying to think of it. I'll think of it when I get off. He basically said the same thing. He thinks they're keeping Skubal. They're going to make a run of the World Series. Okay. If anything, they're going to be buyers at the trade deadline. Now, keep in mind, they are looking for another right-handed bat. That could very well be. Gleyber Torres, who's in rehab right now, swinging freely. He's set to join the team anytime now. I thought he was going to be in Anaheim tonight. Apparently, he's not in the lineup tonight. I thought he might be, but you could be any day now that you see Gleyber Torres back. So they do have to make a roster move because Robert Valdez is on the bereavement list, and he will be for a few more days yet. Yes, he'll still be able to make his regularly scheduled start at Wrigley Field next week, but right now he's officially not on the roster. So before the game starts tonight at 9:30, the Tigers will be bringing someone up. They will be making an addition. We don't know who it is yet. I'm still waiting on word, but whether it's another pitcher or position player, I don't know. Don't know that. A pick in the schedule, these next 16 games, we've gone through this before. 3 in Anaheim. Pitching for us in this series, you've got Troy Melton tonight, Derek Skubal tomorrow, and then Casey Mize on Sunday. You got to sweep the Angels. Then it's off to Wrigley. On the way back home, you're stopping in Chicago to play 3 games there. Look, if you sweep the Angels, get on the plane, you're headed back east. Now you're playing with house money. You can afford to lose 2 out of 3 at Wrigley and still have a 4-2 road trip. Okay. Then they're home beginning next Thursday. 4-game series with the Royals, followed by 3 by the Orioles. You gotta sweep the Royals. You gotta sweep the Royals, and you gotta take 2 out of 3 from the Orioles. Okay. So you got a 4-2 road trip, followed by a 6-1 homestand. And then you hit the road. They've got a 3-city Western road swing starting with 3 in Sacramento. It takes us up to the trade deadline. You take 2 out of 3 there. So in the next 16 games, you're 12-4. That means on trade deadline, August the 3rd, your record is 56 up and 56 down. Okay? Buster Olney, this guy I was trying to think of, ESPN's baseball guy. Buster Olney said the same thing this morning that Ken Rosenthal did. He thinks the Tigers are a very talented team, and they're on the way up. They should be buyers instead of sellers. Next 16 games will tell us the story. Okay, but even after the trade deadline, the schedule in August is a lot tougher. After this is hard to believe that after the trade deadline, the Tigers have just 4 remaining homestands. 4. The rest of the season. And they're all 6-game home. They've got Rays and Dodgers. teams that play at home in August: Guardians, White Sox, Rays, and Dodgers. And if the season ended today, these teams are all in the playoffs. It's a tough schedule in August. Tough, very tough. And if the playoffs were to start today, the third wild card in the American League, folks, would have a losing record. But they don't start today. They've got 2 more homestands, too, in September. Last 6 games of the season are at home against the Washington Nationals and the Pittsburgh Pirates. But the next 16 games, I think, will determine their fate. And speaking of the schedule, if you haven't heard, I'm going to end with this. The schedule, next year's schedule is already out. Tigers are opening the season at home Thursday, March the 25th, against the White Sox. The first day, winter doesn't end until March the 21st. And here you are just a few days later playing baseball. Who's gonna get the snow off the seats in the field? That's kind of, well. Here's what I'm driving at. The point I'm getting at is there won't be any baseball, in spite of what the schedule said. The new schedule, there won't be any baseball, folks, at Comerica Park or whatever they call it next year. There won't be any baseball there on March 25th. Not just there, but anywhere, because they'll still be in the midst of an owner's lockout. It won't be resolved anytime soon. They'll be lucky if they have this thing resolved by July the 1st of next year. I'm telling you right now. And the new collective bargaining agreement will have some sort of a salary cap, some form of a salary cap. And I'm hearing the players' union is divided. It's not united, it's divided. That's not a good sign. Right now, the players' are divided. Half on one side, half on the other. That's never a good thing. In fact, now that Toby Clark is no longer there, I couldn't tell you who the head of the players' union is right now. I'll find out and let you know. Okay? All right, I've talked that off. That's going to do it. Have yourselves a great weekend. If you don't have to go outside, don't. It's sucking in this air is not good. It's not healthy. If you have an underlying condition, you may even want to be wearing a mask if you go outside. I'm not a doctor, but this can't be healthy, sucking this stuff in. If you can smell it and you can see it, it has an effect on us. It's got to. So it's tomorrow morning here locally on WCSR 92.1 FM from 9 to 10. Andy will be back tomorrow, so please give us a listen. Andy and Chet, Time Out with Andy Brown, tomorrow morning from 9 to 10 on WCSR. I'll talk to you all again on Monday. Let's see what transpires this weekend. Tigers, they got to sweep the Angels. You want to get off the Angels. That's all I got to say. Until Monday, then, that's going to do it. Thanks so much for watching and listening. I can't thank you enough. Please, folks, remember to treat each other with respect. So until Monday, I'll simply say have yourselves a very pleasant weekend. Thanks again so much for watching and listening. So until Monday, then, so long, everybody. Bye-bye.